What are the challenges you think any teams in future are likely to experience when they hire young people who probably are not just comfortable with AI? They probably will demand that there are AI tools out there in the work in that business ecosystem, because probably they don't see themselves working without AI in the traditional ways. And what do you think about the more tenured workforce who probably are not that used to working with AI? How would someone like you go in and blend with a workforce that's probably not used to using the tools that you've grown up with?
Well, I think the most prominent or at least most known problem will be the over-reliance on AI. Because while AI is a great tool to improve your skills or to expand your skills, I think many people are seeing it as a tool to replace skills entirely. And its ease of access allows for that to be abused very easily. And I've seen it among peers, and I've seen it amongst especially studies with some users of GPT having a decrease in critical thinking, actually, which is very concerning. And so that, I think, if the current workforce has too much of a hype for AI, and they just see now the youth with AI as an absolute solution, then they'd be blinded to now the understanding that very tool is what's going to floor that entire workforce.
Yeah.
Because if there's that over-reliance, then outcomes will be very limited. It's going to essentially be the same across the board. Because imagine if every company employed people who only knew how to use AI to do things. That would reduce overall market competition, because at the end of the day, the most efficient or the most optimal output will be capped at that AI. And so you'd see a massive fall in overall competitiveness. But I would feel the problem with the veterans in the workforce would be that right now they could, currently in the workforce, veterans are having great pushback against the implementation of AI for certain things, because we've seen it used as the reason many people are being fired, actually. And so they'd feel that AI could make them replaceable in a sense, or AI being as cost efficient as it is would incentivize organizations to only keep a select few. However, the biggest thing though is if you have the emerging workforce join a company while the veterans are still in active roles for a project, for example, then to blend the two might have a bit of a clash, because veterans might see the youth as possible replacements for them, or possible replacements in a much more aggressive sense than traditional. Or they might see the youth as over-reliant and not trust the skills entirely. And so veterans, if you have that problem where the experienced people in the field completely reject the youth, then you'd see a massive sort of disagreement within companies altogether. Or if veterans, as I said, see AI as an absolute solution, if they rely too much now on the youth so providing their input and the veterans feeling that the youth's input with AI is better, then you see an overall decrease in companies' output and efficiency.